What's up, motherfuckers? It's Joe Exotic. Do you want to find out what happened to Don Lewis? And do you want to find out if I am going to be able to help Peter? Then stay tuned to what we got here today. We're going to do the same shit we always do here, just in a different way. In a different way. You might have noticed that I'm a female now. You want to know how I changed? Carol fucking Baskin. Alright? Carol fucking Baskin. So, let's look into this. We, on this channel, always do the tea with the tarot. And that's what we're going to do here today. Everything we talk about is going to be alleged. Everything we talk about is just going to be entertainment only. Because I ain't fixing to get put in jail again. It ain't happening. But let's find out what happened to Don Lewis. If I was married to Carol fucking Baskin, I'd have disappeared myself too. What happened to Don Lewis? Where's Don Lewis, y'all? Where's Don Lewis? And, excuse my bangs, the curls are my sexy. The curls are my sexy. And am I going to help bring the others down, bring everybody down, bring justice to everybody, to the tigers? We're going to see. We're going to find out here today. Sit with us here today. Alright. Let's go ahead. Bring the cards up. See what we can do here today. Oh. Excuse me. Put this here tiger right here. Put this tiger right here. It's shedding, y'all. I'm sorry. It thing's shedding real bad. Probably something wrong with the meat off that Walmart truck. Probably didn't sit right with it, and it's shedding. Anywho, I'm going to keep it right here. While we do this here reading. What's his name? What's the tiger's name? That's what you want to know? Okay. John Travis Dillon II. That's this tiger's name. That's his tiger's name. John Travis Dillon II. I named him after my husband's. Alright, now, let's get into this. What happened to Don Lewis? Was Don Lewis murdered? Allegedly. Let's see what here we got. Woo! Look at that. Oh, hell, look at that, too. These cards are jumping all over the place. Want to know whose fault that is? That's right. Carol fucking Baskin. That's who. Running around on her bicycle. Alright, let's get started here. Same stuff we do every time. We're just doing a little bit different today. That's all. We can roll with this. Alright now. So, what we see in here, in terms of what the hell happened to Don Lewis. The Chariot card, that's usually a card about a vehicle. And here we got a card with the Emperor upright. We're going to take that as being Don Lewis. This card here is talking about being all kinds of out of balance. All out of balance. You got the Fool card over here in reverse talking about this shit's serious. The Fool card, whenever it's upright, oftentimes means childlike wonder and all. Well, this ain't childlike wonder and all. This shit's serious. This is somebody who was trying to get away. When you got the Knight of Swords in reverse, that's like, I'm going to push on in here and I'm going to push right on out of here real quick like, real fast and quick like. That's what was happening here. Here, with the Eight of Pentacles, that's talking about possibility of losing some finances here, losing some money. So something was going on where old Don Lewis was in a situation that was out of balance. It was getting real serious. He was trying to peel up on out of there and was at risk of losing some money. So let's look into it a little bit further. What else the cards got for us? No snap. Shit. Yeah. I ain't surprised by none of this. I ain't surprised by this at all. At all. Alright, so what we got here? Five of Swords in reverse, meaning that we're tired and we're wanting to quit with the fighting. We're tired of the fighting. We're ready for this stuff to end. We're ready for this stuff to stop. That's important. Then what we're going on here, looking at the King of Swords, talking about having somebody in the picture, and in this case, we're looking at probably somebody who's real smart, somebody who uses their brain real good, somebody that might even be an attorney in a bit of a disadvantaged position here, trying to be helpful, but maybe not being able to be helpful. Right here, we see the King of Pentacles in reverse. Here again, we're talking about Don Lewis, but in the reverse position, this is kind of like everything you touch turns to crap. So here you are now. You used to be King Midas. Used to be the king sitting up on his throne with all his money, being able to do all this shit, and everything you touch turned to gold. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now you're fixing to be losing money. Now stuff's about to go bad. I wonder why. What's making it go bad? Here with the world in reverse, that means whatever happened, stuff ain't over yet. It ain't really over yet. We got the Six of Cups in reverse, saying that this whole situation had something to do with a family component. There was a family component involved. And with the Two of Wands in reverse, saying that he was trying to make some plans and those plans didn't go through. That's real interesting. That's real interesting here. These cards won't shuffle right because of fucking Carol Baskin. Let's get it to work here. See what we can do. Come on. Oh, hell, I was wondering when she was going to come up in this picture. I was wondering when she was going to be up in these cards. I was thinking this might happen. Alright, y'all. Don Lewis was getting to a point where he was getting real secretive and he was trying to figure out what he can do. He was starting to think about things that he wasn't sharing to a lot of other people. Getting real secretive, getting real pensive and thoughtful and kind of pulling away from stuff. Here we have the Empress. Remember that card. King of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles upright, Six of Wands in reverse, High Priestess in reverse. So here you've got two females. They're both in the upright position. One of these females is an independent leader. One of these females is more of a nurturer. And they're both in the picture. Two females here in the picture in some kind of way. Some kind of way. We got two women here in the picture. One of them is going to be... Remember how people were talking about Don Lewis had himself a girlfriend? One of these is a wife and one of these is a girlfriend. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that right now. He was trying to run off with this girlfriend. That's why we had this stuff back here with planning and money. He was trying to plan a way that he could up and move and run off with a girlfriend and have his cake and eat it too and get his money. And it says here the plan didn't quite work out. Remember this card with the plan not working out? Here's a card saying someone fell from grace. That somebody tried something and it was some kind of a blow to their ego. Some kind of thing that didn't work out right. Someone fell from grace. And here with the High Priestess card in reverse, this is where you're having to worry about dishonesty and something that ain't trustworthy. Sniffing something out here. Something's not honest, something's not trustworthy. That means some weird shit's happening on the DL. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you what. Oh shit, here we go. Here we go with more. Y'all, I ain't surprised by what I see here, y'all. Alrighty, so here, this is trying to get out of a bad situation. Someone was feeling real trapped and trying to escape from a bad situation. Had to do with home and family. Again, we just keep on getting some repeats about trying to escape from home and family, do we not? Here, another repeat about fearing losing money, trying to protect your money, trying not to lose your money. In this card, we get fighting. Again, talking about fights and all that crap going on. There was a card down here on one of these other stacks talking about I'm ready to get out of it. I'm tired of the fighting. That's what that is going on here. This card, I'm tired of being the person that's always giving. I'm the one that has to hand out the money over and over and over. I'm tired of giving my money. I'm tired of spending my money on this. There's stuff I'd rather spend my money on. Oh, you see what's going on here? You see what's going on here? Page of Cups, dealing with somebody that's emotionally immature, somebody that maybe isn't as developed as emotionally as they think they are. So dealing with somebody like that, I'm telling y'all. Let me do a few clarifiers on this card about fighting. Yep. Alright, so fighting to the point that we can't even get a grip of everything we want. We can't create what we're trying to create over here. We're not even having access to the resources we want. Fighting when this is the heartbreak card in reverse. So this is like, I'm done with this. I'm sick of fighting. I'm sick of the heartache. I want out. This is trying to leave once again. And then here you got the Ace of Swords in reverse, meaning a couple things. One, somebody's got some blurry judgment going on, not going to be able to see through the clouds, so to speak. And two, oh, you think you want to start something new? Think you want to try to go down and be with your girlfriend and start something new? Think again. Think again. That's what we're seeing there. This here is real interesting, alright? Real interesting here. Okay, so here we go. Some real big event happened, something that was destined to happen, bound to happen, happened. Here you go, pulling this off your eyes, this illusion off your eyes. You sit here thinking that this, you know what's going on, and you sitting here like thinking you know everything that's gonna be. It's a fantasy. Ain't nothing but a fantasy. There's a snake in this here cup. Look at that, a snake in this here cup. It's probably a snake from my zoo. Anywho, we got King of Wands. Here's a lizard. I love some lizard friends. Take that to my zoo too. King of Wands, somebody that's used to being the king of their own world. But in this case, this is somebody that's been fighting, and yet they're still standing. They're wanting to make some big power moves. And look at this. This is the travel card. This is the travel card. Y'all, I think it's real interesting that all the cards that I keep getting are talking about not wanting to be with family, not wanting to be fighting anymore, ready to be done and gone somewhere else, tired of losing out on money and wanting to travel somewhere else, maybe be with the girlfriend. And that's what I'm seeing in here over and over and over. 3 times this is repeating. I hadn't gotten anything in here yet that's about death or any other kind of shadiness like that yet. I've gotten a lot of cards here about wanting to run away and leave the situation, wanting to stop fighting. Some interesting crap going on. We'll see what else goes on. Yep. Yep, ain't surprised by none of this. So you see a woman here that doesn't have her shit together, but she wants to, and she would be set up and be about money, but she don't have her shit together. You see the Lover's card here in reverse, meaning the breaking of an agreement, the breaking of an arrangement. He was ready to get on out of that marriage, and I would too if I was married to Carol fucking Baskin. And here you go. Again, all this is alleged. I'll wait. All this is alleged. Then here you go. I'm trying to brush out my curls, and then my curls are my sexy. My curls are my sexy here. You get the Five of Cups here with being real disappointed with how things are going. You have the Hierophant card talking about, now this is where you get interested. The Hierophant card right next to the Devil card, because the Hierophant card sometimes stands for God, and God right next to the Devil card, that means some crazy shit's going down right here. Some crazy shit. He started thinking, you know, if there's a way that I can get out of this and break these chains that I've got myself tied to with Carol fucking Baskin. So, trying to break these chains and get up on out of there because he's thinking of her as the devil, and he's right. So, here we go, the Knight of Pentacles, talking about it might be a slow start, but slow and steady wins the race, and I'll start something new, is what he was thinking on. Again, we just keep getting repeats after repeats. Y'all, I don't know if this cold case is supposed to get solved. I don't know if this cold case is supposed to get solved. You see, we ain't got anything about death or anything anywhere in here. We ain't got any kind of crazy shit talking about being buried under a sewer or fed to a tiger or anything like that. We ain't seen any of that mess here. That there's the other woman. That's interesting. That's interesting there. Alright, now we're moving into something else. Here's the other woman, and with the Hangman card, that's talking about delays, not being able to be with the other woman. This other woman with the Page of Swords, somebody who was younger, so this is a younger, prettier woman I'm expecting. Bound to be damn prettier than Carol. So then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Moon card in reverse, and the Queen of Wands upright. So here we have some woman that was involved in a backstabbing. Y'all can figure out if you want to take that literally or figuratively. Some woman that was involved in a backstabbing, and there's some stuff that she knows that she's been hiding. That's what this Moon card is. This is about secrets. This bitch right here, she knows some secrets. This bitch right here done some stuff and knows some secrets. Somebody stabbing somebody in the back, and somebody knows something about it. So for all these people acting like Carol don't know anything about it, Carol knows something about this. She knows something. She knows something. Only gonna do 2 more after this because the deck is dwindling down. Alright. Notice again that I said I was only gonna do 2 more. We've only got this many left in the deck and still haven't seen a death card. Makes you wonder, don't it? Makes you wonder, don't it? This is about things not going well in terms of collaboration, wanting to start something new, taking the challenge on to start something new, and moving forward, being a Prince Charming. So, y'all, there's some stuff happening here. Some stuff happening that Carol knows and some other people are aware of. And what do you know? We're not knowing it. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the death card didn't come up? Why do you think the death card didn't come up? The strength card didn't come up either. That one's got a lion on it that's eating out of some woman's hand, where you could think, oh, look at that. That could symbolize him getting fed to a tiger. That one didn't come up either. Makes you wonder, don't it? Makes you wonder what in the hell happened if all we keep getting time after time after time after time is him not being happy where he is, tired of losing money and all this mess, wanting to get the hell on out. I'm just saying, that's real interesting. Let's look one little time to see if there's something that happened that was accidental versus something that happened where somebody was involved. We'll ask that. Instead of asking about death and murder, since we didn't get that, let's ask about innocence versus someone being involved. Let's ask a little bit further into that, huh? Why don't we? We'll just do a few on these if we can help it, because we got some other questions to look into. This is real interesting, y'all. Woo! Real interesting right here. Finally got the death card, but got it in reverse. These cards are jumping like fucking crazy. I'm telling you, it's Carol fucking Baskin. Here, we got this damn Chariot card again. Let me toss it to see if it was upright or in reverse. Once again, it's in reverse. We already got this card. This was the very first card of his reading. The very first card of this reading. And here we got it again. So, I'm going to tell you what this all tells me based on what we were seeing from the other ones. This card right here is not getting our way and not wanting to make a decision. This card right here is wanting to take something a legal route, having legal involved in things, and that could be referring to his will. It could be referring to a lot of different things like that. Here you have the Sun card, which is actually one of the most positive cards in the deck. Think on that. But once again, you got the Fool card in reverse, just like we had before, and that's about being real serious. If you have the Death card in reverse and then the Chariot in reverse, Chariot card has to do sometimes with fast movement, things needing to be at an all stop. A lot of times Chariot involves a car. That's what we were talking about in the first one. And remember when we had those Six of Swords over here that was talking about travel and wanting to get away? This Death card being in reverse means two things. One, well, yeah, it means two things. One being that the death is not clear around this, which we already know. That's what we're talking about here, that is not clear. But with the Death card being in reverse, it means this isn't over. Two, there's more that could be found out about this if people were to look. But I don't know if people are going to be looking at a cold case. A case that's been cold for a long time. Sometimes when you see the Death card in reverse, this could mean an accidental death. That it wasn't meant to happen that way. And considering we get the Chariot card twice, and we had the card that was the Six of Swords with the boat sailing on, going from rocky waters to better waters, then there's a chance that he could have been killed by accident. I gotta say, there's a chance that he could have been killed by accident. There's a chance here that he could have been killed in travel, in a car, or over water. Because we had that card, the Six of Swords, of going over water on the boat during travel. There could have been something that happened like that. Because this is not clear. This is something that wasn't meant to happen the way it happened. And I find that real interesting. I'll pull a little bit more on that. Here we go again. Some of these same cards as before, y'all. Every last one of these we already got before. Something that's happened that isn't honest. Something that's happened that we can't trust because of a lack of balance and trying to rush to get away. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Yep. Yep. Wanting to get away because, again, the Lover's card in reverse, being done with that relationship, trying to get the hell away. This had to do with home and family, trying to get away from that. And here we go again with the Four Swords energy is similar to that Hermit energy that we saw earlier of just trying to figure out how the hell to get away from that. Y'all, he was trying to get away from this bitch Carol Baskin, and then this is what's happened. This is what's happened. The disappearance is evidence in the cards. With this Death card being in reverse, something happened that wasn't planned on happening. It wasn't meant to happen this way. It wasn't planned on happening this way. Something backfired. Something didn't work the way that he thought it was going to work. So he was planning on getting away. And he was planning on being with a different woman and having his money with him. And it didn't go that way for him. Something in his plan didn't go to plan. And crap backfired, and look at what the hell happened. Some kind of shit done happened where he's expired himself through accidental means. It wasn't meant to happen like that. It wasn't meant to happen like that. Find that completely interesting. I want to pull just for shigs here, let's pull a couple cards here up on this Death card in reverse. Why don't we? Alright, come on. One at a time here, cards. One at a time here. Alright, come on. Yep, so one of the clarifiers, again, we got the Emperor. We had him already when we were talking about Don Lewis, this representing Don Lewis. So this is talking about death as it relates to Don Lewis. Remember, this is the card that we got at the beginning that represented him. So death as it related to Don Lewis. Give us some more. We had this card with him too, up there in the beginning. Remember this one? Talking about trying to saying, oh, okay, well, I'll start over and I'll rebuild. It'll be a slow process, but I'll get what I want in the end. Judgment Day. Judgment Day came. Not, again, we're getting this similar cards, not being able to have the resources to get out of this in the way that you wanted to get out of this and losing all your money over it. Trying to run off and be the knight in shining armor. I'm telling you, we're getting repeats here. We're getting repeats here. And what we're getting is he's tired of fighting with Carol. He wants to get away. He can't think of a way that he can get away and get what he wants at the same time. And so what he wanted was to just pass on through and get to this other girlfriend and start a new life down there with her. And all we know is either, with this Death card in reverse, either some kind of way that motherfucker did pull it off and he's been living down there and nobody's known about it, and he started over with a new fortune, small, and pulled something off that we don't know about. Either that happened, or while he was trying to get away from Carol and start this new life, some accidental death happened by way of transit, whether it was a car or something involving water transit, and that he passed away that way. So either the motherfucker did make it and he's living it up with this new younger girl and started over and said, fuck it, this is the only way that I can get away from Carol is to do it this way and not bother to fight. Or he did try to get away and try to make all of that work. It backfired and something happened to him in travel. Some weird stuff is going on with this, y'all. Some weird stuff is going on with this. I don't know. Something backfired. Something backfired We did also get that card about backstabbing energy and about there being some secrets that Carol knows. So y'all, she's got this shit hid good. She and he both have this shit hid good. This is something apparently people aren't meant to figure out, because we're getting repeats here on this. There's something that she may know that she may not be telling. Since the main reason why he was trying to get away was get away from her. And because some of the main reason for him trying to leave was to get the hell away from her and to try not to lose his money and all of that, something went on. And she might know a little thing or two more than what she's letting on. That's what the hell I see on that. One more question real quick. Will Joe Exotic be able to help PETA as it relates to bringing justice to the world of exotic animals? Is Joe Exotic going to be able to help her? I guess PETA is a bitch. Help her to bring some justice on buyers and breeders, things like that. Let's just take a real quick look, why don't we? Let's take a real quick look. Oh Lord, we got a little tiger on the floor over here. How? I didn't see it earlier, but we got us a tiger here on the floor. This tiger's sweet, but this tiger's breath is probably what killed Don Lewis. So if y'all were wondering what happened to Don Lewis, he smelled this tiger's breath. That's what had happened. It's sweet, but I'm telling you, that cub's breath is what killed Don Lewis there. Alright, is Joe Exotic going to be able to help PETA? Let's look into this. Now we get the death card upright as the very first card. Ain't that interesting? Couldn't get that card to save our souls for a while, trying to look at what happened, and now we got that. In this case, the death card is going to be a little bit more symbolic, but let's... Alright, here we go here. This is interesting. This shit here is interesting. So, here we got the death card, which means the ending of something. Something being over. So think about it as a death of something could be metaphorical. Can think of it that way. Then we got the Empress card here. 7 of Pentacles upright. 4 of Wands in reverse. King of Wands upright. Queen of Swords upright. So, for that, it looks like he's trying to end a couple people. He's got his sights set on a couple people. Here we have an Empress card. Somebody who is very independent and has that kind of like I can take care of myself type attitude. And here we have somebody that's a king. This is a man that's got, you know, the energy that, oh, I am the king of my own world. I can do, you know, this and that, and feels like they're on top of everything. They got their little kingdom. Then we got the Queen of Swords. That's another person, a woman who feels like she's on top of her shit. So here he's going after a couple things, a couple people, trying to get things to shut it down. That's what the 4 of Wands in reverse is about. Talking about this ain't no time to celebrate. This is time where you're going down. You're going down. The problem here is the 7 of Pentacles upright, because this is when you see that a watched pot never bowls. A watched pot never bowls. So this means that what he's working on is going to take some time. He is working on something, and he's probably giving some good information where he can, but this kind of shit takes time. Let's look a little bit further into this. Get that devil card again. Carol fucking Baskin. Woo, we're getting some of these same cards, y'all. They relate to this reading too. Alrighty. So, he's doing this not because he's trying to Joe Exotic, so I guess me doing this not because he's trying to do the right thing and bring justice, but because he's got hurt feelings. The water cup is about pain and hurt feelings. He's got some hurt feelings and he's out for revenge. The devil card in reverse again, trying to break things that aren't working and are no longer serving the higher good, trying to break out of that and to do something better. But essentially that takes time, and it could mean that he's still kind of in his own dark place in his own mind. So we got to keep that into consideration. Again, we got another Queen of Wands here, so somebody else that's real on top of their energy, working on this with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Then that means you can't always count on some of the information. There's going to be some information that he has that he feels like is solid proof to be able to take something down, but it's not solid proof. It might be circumstantial. It might be something that they say, well, that's nice to know anecdotally, but we can't use that. So we're going to see some of that. However, the good thing is he's got some balance on his side. He's working with some folks that can restore balance in a situation that didn't have very much to begin with. Let's pull a few more. Why am I not surprised to see that? Why is that not surprising? Wow. Wow. These are cards I would have thought I would have saw earlier, but I'm seeing them now. So this is real interesting. Yep. So for everything that they're allegedly working on, Joe Exotic and PETA, there's somebody or some people out there that are real good at covering their tracks. There's some people out there being real shady, acting in their own best interest, and they're real good at covering their tracks. Specifically, I see two men, two very capable men. One that's really controlling and domineering, and one that's really smart and astute. There's two men in particular that are being a snake in the grass around this, and they're smart enough to be able to weasel themselves out of whatever they would have had coming their way. So these are people that are probably breeding or buying or contributing to this issue that are going to be able to get away with it because they're sneaky and they can figure out how to cover their tracks in all the ways that somebody who's sneaky can do. You can see this. This is somebody who's skilled at this. Somebody knows what to say and what to do to get away with it. So we're seeing a couple of people here, males in particular, that might be able to get away with this. Then, when you're looking down here, you're seeing the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Cups upright. There's somebody that through all this, they're going to feel like everything that they have is going to be taken away from them emotionally, and they're not going to be in a very good place with it. They're going to have to, these people are going to be driving themselves crazy with anxiety. They're going to be freaking out over it, just knowing, like counting down the days of when this is going to be over for them and when this is going to shut them down, and they're going to choose to walk away. These people are going to have to shut down their organization, whatever they've got going on with the animals. So somebody in this is going to walk away. Whether this card means they choose to walk away, or whether this card means that the hammer falls down on them and they're forced to walk away from this line of work. Either way, somebody is gonna miss out and have to walk away. That's what we're seeing here. Somebody's shit's getting closed down. Some motherfucker's getting taken down. Woo! Here we go again. We got it Merc stave. It's closer to being this way. Just like before. Yep. We got some people out here willing to turn over on other people, willing to be backstabbers on other people. Fucking Carol Baskin making these cards jump around. Trying to do some crazy shit. And because of that, you have people over here doing the best they can to claw at whatever resources they have left, but they're sitting here feeling like a victim, like none of this should be happening to them. They're cursing the ground that Peter walks on. And you got people figuring out what's their plans. This is a card all about greed. How do I hold on to my things? How do I hold on to my precious? How do I keep control of my finances and what I got going on here? So this is what's happening for a lot of people. But this card here with the Page of Wands says something started. Something's moving. The ball is moving. The ball is rolling. So some of these people are going to experience some issues. We see that Joe Exotic from those first round of cards is going after a handful of people. It's not just a few people. He's going after a handful of people. There's going to be a couple of people that are snakes in the grass and they're smart enough to get out of it and kind of escape it. And then there's going to be other people that realize that they're going to buckle under the pressure and they don't have what it takes to hold up to it, and they're going to have to leave this industry. So we're seeing a bit of a mixed bag of effects right here of what's going on as a result of some of the information that Joe Exotic's sharing with PETA. Some of it's usable, some of it's not. Some of it's going to affect some of these people's livelihoods for real, and some of them are smart motherfuckers and they're going to get away with some things. So it's an interesting mixed bag of what we see going on here. I'm telling you. Y'all, this shit's crazy. I don't know what to say about it. I read the cards just like I always read the cards. Some of this stuff was a bit tough, I'll tell you. But in tough times, that's when I hold extra tight to John Travis Dillon Jr. Because Travis Dillon Jr. is what gets me through these hard times when I don't know what to do with myself and this world's being as much of a bitch as Carol Baskin is. I love this cub. I saw a tiger, and a tiger saw a man. My soul, people, my soul, my soul. Alrighty, y'all. It's April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day. I sitting here got my boyfriend's hat on. I've got my bangs clipped up from this here wig that would otherwise be kind of pretty. I've got my tiger that I've had for years. I've got my bullet holes. Wig! Boom! No, I'm just kidding. I got my bullet holes. My shirt ain't opening and going anywhere because I used wig tape to keep this motherfucker on, so it's stuck up on here. I don't know how I'm going to get this to clean off, but it's April Fool's Day to y'all, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different here for April Fool's. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun and not be too serious. I don't really know about doing jokes on a day like today because of the coronavirus and all this other stuff going around. Some people are like, don't do any jokes. I don't want to see any jokes here. So part of me didn't want to do any jokes. I figured, what can I do that could be a little bit more lighthearted and fun and silly and, you know, not too serious. So that's why I dressed up with what I have access to while in quarantine, and you can't go out and buy anything new. So all of this stuff I had sitting at the house. If you're interested in readings like this and you enjoyed it, then please feel free to subscribe and stick around. We do all kinds of readings on all kinds of things that come up popular on YouTube, in the drama community, in the beauty community, and whatever. We do all kinds of stuff here on this channel, so feel free to subscribe and follow that if you'd like. And if you want a private reading, email me at beestalksandtarot@gmail.com right here to book yourself a private reading. In times like this, there's a lot going on that a lot of people are curious about and want to look into. So feel free to message me on that, and we'll schedule yourself a private reading. I need to clean all this off because I'm looking scary. And I'm sure pulling this here wig tape off is gonna hurt like a son of a bitch, and I ain't ready for it. Pray for me. Alright, y'all, thanks for being here for all this time. Don't be a stranger. Come back here and see me, and I'll talk at you later. Bye, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Carol Baskin. Allegedly, only for entertainment. Fuck you, Carol Baskin. Not really, though. Alright, tigers, chill out. Chill out, tigers. These tigers bark. You want to know how they changed? Carol fucking Baskin. Bye.